My name is Jeff Long. I'm a hemp farmer. I've been growing hemp for the last 5 years. I've done a little bit of everything: outdoor, indoor, greenhouses, hoop houses. Done it all in this industry, just about, except the extraction part of it. The hemp industry actually got involved 4 years ago, between 4 and 5 years ago, when the discussions were really starting to come about in Colorado. What might happen, since we were the first state to be marijuana legal, so to speak. Hemp was, we thought it was going to hit sooner here in Colorado to get legal, so we just started thinking about it, and researching what hemp really was, because it was new. Nobody ever thought about hemp, so we need to know what it was, what it could do, and I don't know. I mean, I'm a chef by trade. My whole life was being a chef, and I think growing plants, it's kind of like putting together, a fine dining plate of food. You're still designing something. It's like, I would look at it, if I look at a plant, I can almost envision what it needs to look like, or what things you take off, which comes to trimming process. I don't know, and it's more of an artwork, and it's just something you have to be into, and I like that kind of thing. From my past being a chef, I'm kind of artsy, so it's kind of cool to watch your plants going, and creating a beautiful plant. I'd like to see a lot more hopefully a lot bigger companies get involved, to where we start making more hempcrete and hemp floorboards and hemp wood and hemp insulation, biofuel, plastics. I mean, you can do everything with it, with this fiber, and it's not taking off. There's smaller companies starting to do it, but they're not big enough to process what an actual farm can put out. I mean, I got 50 acres outdoors here right now, but I won't grow on it yet till this fiber takes off. I mean, because these little shops can't take so. I mean, I had one shop that said they could take maybe 1,000 pounds a month. It's like, I'd be sitting on 200,000 pounds. It's like 1,000 pounds a month. It'll take us a long time for you to process it, And I'm one of those people that believe hemp is the key to this planet, environmentally and everything. The more hemp that's planted, I mean, it eats everything that's bad on this planet. Anything that's destructive to this planet, this plant eats. It either sucks it up out of the air when it's growing, or the roots suck and take all the detoxins out of the soil. Anything that's impure. I mean, it's amazing. And I mean, and more people, I hope, more bigger businesses jump on and start investing some money, so we can really get this thing going. To tell you the truth, this, I guess, would be one of the biggest reasons why I got into hemp too. Not just because of the plant itself, but I actually was born with a bone disease called Blount's disease. Actually stuns the growth in your knee plates and stuff like that. So all your other bones, femurs, tibias, fibulas, everything keeps growing, but your growth plates stop. So my legs kept getting my lower legs kept getting pushed out, and then it offset my hips, and then made my lower spine curve, and all this stuff through my whole life. And I had multiple surgeries on my knees and spines and stuff like that. And once again, when this hemp and CBD started, when we got into it, I started smoking our own CBD when we first did. Started smoking today. Then extraction came. Then I started taking extraction, and probably 6 to 8 months into doing this every day, I was finished with doctors and specialists. I haven't seen my specialist I've seen since 1972. I was seeing specialists until the time I was 46 years old, which was 4 years ago. I haven't seen one since CBD took off. So I mean, and been in chronic pain my whole life. So I mean, if it could help me for what it really did, I was just amazed by it. I mean, it took, and there's people out there that speculate, but it's just like, I'm telling you, it took 90% of the pain. It made it to where my life was sustainable without having to worry about taking pills anymore, going to doctors all the time, having any more surgeries. And, it was a blessing, and that's why I'm so sold on it. It's an amazing product, an amazing plant, and it's just, it's great for everything. I see it taking off. I mean, I see it taking off very soon, and going a lot further. I'm seeing a lot more people, at least when it comes to the CBD side and the oil and the positive that has medically for people. More and more people are starting to get into it. I mean, it's mostly the generation that are 60 plus that were really, kind of weary about it. They have just, to them, they always just thought marijuana. It's marijuana. It's THC. It's THC. So they're pretty much the standoffish ones. The 50-year-old and younger, they're kind of more acceptable to it. So I see the CBD side of it, the medical side, taking off, a little better in the next year or two. But I see the fiber in the next couple of years really taking off, the industrial side of it, and I mean, there's people growing it now, but it's just not there yet. I think it's going to take, it's going to take a couple more years before the fiber really starts taking off. And like I said, I myself am, I would love to grow the fiber, the outdoor fibers. I think that's the next best step, and the biggest step for the hemp business in the next couple of years. I think personally. Honestly, no, it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. It was complicated and frustrating, but I at the time was with a group of people who I was very comfortable with. We were almost like family, so to speak, at the time, and we all knew how each other worked. We all knew what our strong points were, what our weak points were. So we knew how to direct who was going to take care of what and who could handle what. And for me, those setting up hoop houses and grows was tough for me because I wasn't used to it. But it was something where when I'm learning something different and I get into it, I'm really good at closing my mouth and opening my ears and just listening to people, how they're doing it, and really paying attention and watching them, and then from there I would take, for all the other 4 guys I was with at the time getting things set up, I would just take the best things out of each person, what they were doing things, and then I just collaborate all into one. And just put all the good things in that I'm learning from everybody out there, and I just, make all my mistakes just like anybody else does, but I have all these different positive points and, that I've learned from other people that I just ingest it, man. The other day I learned something and I was, discussing it with Zevin about seedling things. I learned something else that I don't think I've never seen anybody else do it either, but it was something I just thought about, because and just, I mean, if you're not learning every day in whatever you're doing, you're just not moving forward. Your eyes and ears are closed to everything, and you just every day you need to be learning from somebody. So always keep your ears open and keep that mouth kind of closed a little bit, until you have to open it. I think I just want to tell somebody like, I think what people need to hear about this industry is that, yeah, there's a lot of people in it for the wrong reasons, and we're forgetting that the reason for this plant is to help humanity and the planet itself. And I think there's a lot of people that are not seeing it that way, man. They're just seeing the dollar signs, and it's making it real hard on farmers like myself to actually make a difference, and especially all the American farmers, the tens of thousands of them that are around now, are really taking a hit hard because everybody else just wants to see dollar signs when the farmers are mostly seeing the good this plant's doing. I mean, of course you need your finances paid, you need your kickback, but I myself think that's one of the big hardest things about hemp farming, dude. I think that's the big hardest thing is, honestly, when it comes down to it, is farmers getting shafted over it, by just business people who only want to see the profits. That's it, which I understand it. It's in business for the most, not business, but I ran restaurants. You got to make a profit. But if profit's the only thing you're seeing in this industry, you shouldn't be in this industry. I don't think personally, I myself. Yeah. My name is Jeff Long, and I am America.